This is a very interesting movie called Transcendence.
Ooh,
okay, it stars Johnny Depp, Rebecca Hall, Paul Bettany, and Morgan Freeman. Now, it plays off Dr. Will Carstairs, played by Johnny Depp. He is the world's foremost researcher in the field of artificial intelligence, okay? And he's working to create a sentient machine that combines the collective intelligence of everything ever known and every single human emotion, okay? Now, that obviously attracts some good attention and bad attention. I think it's a very good movie, but the scary thing is, I don't think this movie is very far from the truth, from reality, all right? So let's quickly have a look at this movie, and then there's a very interesting topic afterwards.
Please welcome my partner in science and in life, Dr. Will Castor.
The path to building superintelligence requires us to unlock the most fundamental secrets of the universe. Imagine a machine with a full range of human emotion. Its analytical power will be greater than the collective intelligence of every person in the history of the world. Some scientists refer to this as the singularity.
Professor?
I call it transcendence.
The sci-fi thriller, which reportedly cost $100 million to produce, features technological events which are predicted by many scientists and futurists as possible in reality within the first half of this century.
The premise of the film is basically the singularity, which is the point at which a supercomputer is able to become more powerful than the collective intelligence of all of the people ever born on the Earth. As described in the film, our translation of the word transcendence is the uploading of a human brain to a supercomputer.
Will's body is dying, but his mind is a pattern of electrical signals. We can upload his consciousness. We can save him.
In the split second when you have to make a choice, whether it's death for that person that you love or uploading their consciousness into a hard drive to hard drive, everything. I think everyone can relate to that. Evelyn.
Oh my God.
I can't feel anything.
I'm here.
There is a very murky curtain hiding whatever is behind that ability. If we succeed in doing it, will we be happy about it?
Human brain to a supercomputer.
Or will we be
the human brain into a machine?
What is this?
It's evolution.
This isn't evolution, it's an abomination.
What the hell's happening?
I'm able to fix them.
This has gone too far, Will. Stop it!
I don't understand. This is the future.
This is not our future. You're not here with me.
Hopefully it has people asking questions about their relationship with technology and whether they should be depending on technology and to what degree. But I also think that it's important for them to be thinking about the relationships that they have with humans as well as with technology. And that's what I think resonates in the end of the film.
Only a decade ago, many found the concepts of transhumanist science and artificial intelligence unbelievable. Now we wonder if it's the natural destiny of our species.
Where are you going?
Everywhere.
Yeah, nah. Well, if you've watched movies like The Matrix, AI, iRobot, and now Transcendence, you might want to ask yourself, how far away are we from this reality of technology kind of taking over artificial intelligence? I mean, would you take orders from a robot? Don't we kind of do that already, guys?
I think we do.
Traffic lights, they're called robots, right?
You listen to your phone.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But apparently, a robot, artificial intelligence, has now become a director of a company somewhere, Grant.
Yeah, look, we're closer to this reality than I think a lot of people in South Africa actually realize. And it's important to understand where we are with this and formulate moral reactions and, you know, just how we feel about it personally. We're going to hit this road very close to this very soon.
You think in our lifetime still?
In our lifetime. The big example now is that there's a Japanese company, a capital firm,
and they've got a robot on the board of directors.
So
named
wait.
Vital.
So this thing makes vital decisions about the company. Has it made any like extreme decisions so far?
Well, think about it. It's an artificial intelligence that's able to read the markets better than a human can.
Wow.
So why, if you have a competitive advantage, having a robot on your board of directors wouldn't be rational to do that? And would it be discrimination if we don't do that? You know, there's a lot of like these philosophical arguments.
We're quite conservative. I mean, I don't want to take orders from a robot. Surely this has been done before. I mean, where are other robots giving instructions?
Well, okay, purely like traffic lights and that kind of thing. We trust technology a lot. So like now there's a certain tier of that, and then taking it to another level, we can, you know. You're talking about trusting technology on another level.
But I guess from a business point of view, it kind of makes sense. It's basically like kind of punching a formula into a computer saying, is this the right investment? And the computer going through algorithms to then make that decision. Except now, you have it in some humanoid figure.
But to show how smart it is, there are robots out there that can even distinguish humor. So they can even find out if something is funny or not. There's a robot there called MEW2. And this robot's able to work out a reaction to a sentence and then find out what's humorous about it and give you a punchline. That is funny.
No
and
ways.
It's not just about ones and zeros. And if you, like Google, it's not just happening in Asia. Stuff in LA, for instance, there's a whole bunch of Google cars. There are self-driving, autonomous vehicles
that
have... I know, you could do work in the back seat, you know, sleep. That'd be great. Now, what it has, it's got this dome on the top of the car, and it 3D scans the environment all around you all the time. And the faster it does that, it's able to react to the environment quickly, and there will come a point where it will be a better driver than a human being.
But I mean,
and they've never ever had a driving ticket.
Wow, you see, now that's a bonus. That's a bonus. Surely robots can be used for medical reasons. I mean, we had a story on the show the other day where technology can be used for medical...
Robots are used today in all forms of medical reasons already. I mean, we've got robotics inside operation theaters all the time. Right. But to take it to the next level, where the future is going is predominantly cybernetics. If you've ever seen like movies recently where people modify, like X-Men, you'll see there's a lot of this kind of stuff in it, where they'll modify limbs or existing...
What do you mean modify limbs?
So for instance, say you're in an accident that, you know, that takes off a limb.
Oh, God forbid.
God forbid. But imagine that you can get that limb replaced by a robot limb that is potentially, it might get to a stage where technology supersedes that of our natural bodies. And we can then replace prosthetics. We do it all the time with prosthetics. It's a similar thing. But robotic prosthetics that are able to help people that don't have those limbs. And there's a lot of science fiction out there. It's a very exciting future where that kind of thing can happen.
It's been done before as well.
Yeah, it's been done before by Kevin Warwick. What we call these things in science fiction are cyborgs. Yeah. So if you Google cyborg, you might see a bit of it.
So could you like say, I want my limb to have a USB cable?
You eventually you could get there, but what Kevin Warwick did was he inserted a transmitter beneath his skin, and he used it to control the doors and lights in his house.
Wow!
So like that way we're able to use the function of your arm or your limb or whatever is being replaced, and then think out of the box. What can we add to it and replace to it to make our life better?
I'm not going to say it sounds wrong, because the question I wanted to ask you, Grant, is that do you think that this is for the betterment of mankind?
I think the argument is up for discussion, and I think it's very important that us as a human race are aware where we're going and what we're doing. Artificial intelligence, especially in video games and films and everyday life, what we use with traffic lights is there. It's important. We're going somewhere, and we've got to decide how we feel about it philosophically and morally and direct it together as a human race.
They warned us about these things.
Yeah, I think as long as it remains artificial intelligence and we all accept it and understand it to be artificial intelligence and not intelligence in its absolute.
Well, it might be discrimination if we don't do it. If something could feel pain.
If my coffee machine one day says I'm discriminating, I plug out, just pull. Yank that plug, roll up that cable.
Don't hurt your coffee.
I think it's time for a break. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be back after the break.
Pull the plug.